Ray J just accused Kim Kardashian and Kris Jenner of something that, if proven true, would rewrite the entire Kardashian legacy. According to new legal filings, the sex tape that supposedly leaked without Kim's consent may have actually been planned, negotiated, and approved by Kim and Kris themselves. And here's the wildest part. Ray J claims Kim paid him $6 million in a secret 2023 settlement to stop talking about the tape, and then allegedly broke that deal on national TV. Did the world's most famous family build their empire on a manufactured scandal? Today we're going into receipts, legal claims, contradictions, and the parts the Kardashians have stayed silent about for almost 20 years. Because if Ray J is telling the truth, this isn't just drama. This is the biggest celebrity cover-up in modern Hollywood. What Ray J just filed in court. Let's start with the official paperwork. Ray J didn't drop these claims on Instagram or in a random interview. He put them in a legal cross-complaint, which means he's willing to defend them in court. Inside that document, Ray J alleges 3 explosive things. Kim and Kris orchestrated and approved the release of the sex tape. Kris Jenner allegedly handled discussions with Vivid Entertainment, the adult film company that distributed it in 2007. Kim allegedly agreed in 2023 to pay Ray J $6 million and signed a deal promising to never reference the tape again. And he says she broke that promise on the Kardashians, which he claims is a direct breach. That alone is wild. But the next detail raises the stakes even more. Because why would Kim publicly relive the tape on her show if she was legally obligated to stay silent? Why Kim and Kris are suing Ray J. Now here's where the plot flips again. Kim and Kris are not sitting quietly. They've filed a defamation lawsuit against Ray J, saying he is lying, he is fabricating, and he is damaging their reputation with reckless claims about federal investigations and RICO charges. Their side says no federal agency has ever investigated them. Ray J is making up criminal allegations. They're done letting him rewrite history. But if they're so confident, why does Ray J claim there was a confidential settlement that the public never knew about? What's more dangerous to a billionaire brand, the truth coming out or letting the story spiral without controlling the narrative? And there's one contradiction in Kim's public story that fans keep pointing out, something that never added up. The story the public was told, and the story Ray J says is real for years. The Kardashian version of the story stayed consistent. The tape leaked. Kim didn't approve it. It was a traumatizing violation. Kris had nothing to do with it. But Ray J says the opposite. He claims there were multiple tapes, discussions, approvals, and a deliberate plan to launch Kim's fame with the least damaging footage. He even claims Kris personally watched and selected footage, a claim Kris has denied in the past. Here's what makes this controversial. Kim and Kris built an empire on a victim narrative. Ray J is now calling that narrative manufactured. If that's true, everything changes, from their origin story to how the public sees them today. But the next part is what really shocks people. Ray J says the tape wasn't the scandal, the cover-up was. The 2023 secret settlement. This is the piece almost nobody knew about until now. Ray J claims that in 2023, he and Kim entered mediation where Kim agreed to pay him $6 million, stop referencing the tape, stop portraying him as the villain, stop bringing the tape into new seasons of the Kardashians. He claims they shook hands, signed documents, closed the deal, and then, just months later, the tape was mentioned again on the show. If that's true, it would mean Kim violated an agreement she paid millions to secure. Now, we haven't seen the settlement publicly, but the allegation alone raises a massive question. Why would Kim pay $6 million unless there was something she needed to control? And Ray J says he kept something else, something he believes will prove his story. Ray J says he has receipts. Here's where things get really messy. Ray J claims he has emails, texts, contracts, date sign-offs, and unreleased documents that allegedly prove Kim and Kris were involved in the distribution. Now, we haven't seen them publicly, but he clearly believes they're strong enough to bring into a courtroom. Kris Jenner, on the other hand, has repeatedly denied any involvement. Kim has always said she did not consent to the tape's release. This creates the ultimate celebrity standoff. Two of Hollywood's most powerful women versus a man who says he's tired of being the villain in a story he claims they wrote. And if this goes to discovery in court, those receipts may actually become public. If Ray J proves even part of his story, the fallout would be massive. The Kardashian empire's foundation would be questioned. Kris Jenner's reputation as a genius momager would take a hit. Kim's brand image, now tied to law, business, and public influence, would face credibility issues. A 20-year narrative would collapse overnight. And if Ray J is lying, he'll be facing a potentially devastating defamation loss. So the risk on both sides is huge. But there's one final angle that almost everyone is ignoring. And it might explain everything. There's a reason this scandal refuses to die. The sex tape wasn't just a scandal. It was the beginning of the Kardashian dynasty. If it was leaked without consent, that's a tragedy. If it was orchestrated, that's a masterclass in fame engineering. If it was covered up, that's a Hollywood power play. Either way, this controversy hits the core of the Kardashian mythology. And Ray J's claims force everyone to ask, what if the most famous family in the world didn't become famous by accident? This story is far from over. Kim and Kris are fighting back. Ray J is doubling down. And if this goes to trial, we may finally learn what really happened in 2003 and what really launched the Kardashian empire. Let me know in the comments, do you think the tape was leaked or planned?